It is so awesome to be here with you. Today what I'd like to talk to you about is my book, Lessons from Neverland, and why I wrote that book and why I believe that it's important for you to read that book. Let's start with the title, Lessons from Neverland. Neverland. What is Neverland? For me, Neverland was my way of escaping the painful reality of life after losing my oldest son to a drowning accident. It was my escape. It was the one place where I found solace from a very unkind and unfriendly world. You see, let me explain what happened. It was a Friday morning, much like any other Friday morning. My son Drew woke me up very early in the morning. My little boy Devin was still asleep. I got up, I gave him breakfast, I sat him down, I thought he was fine. I went back to check on my little boy Devin. I laid down beside him and I patted him on his back to make sure he'd stay asleep because I was really tired. I just wanted a few minutes to myself. I ended up falling asleep that morning. And what happened as a result of my falling asleep was that my older son Drew let himself outside of the house, down a path, which led to a very large irrigation canal. And it's there that he fell in and he lost his life that day. Now, what I've learned and what I've discovered from that moment was that I had to start making some choices. I could either choose to avoid the truth and the responsibility that I felt. I found myself facing some really difficult things. My oldest child had died on a day that I fell asleep. My husband was angry and didn't understand how I could let that happen. My family joined in and so did his. And I was feeling completely worthless and low. And I didn't know how I was ever going to be happy again. So I would run away to Neverland, where it didn't matter, where I could recreate this world and I didn't have to face the truth. But eventually I discovered that I couldn't stay there. I had to make some really hard choices. And I remember thinking to myself, I can either see myself as shattered or as a mosaic. That was my choice. I could pick up the pieces of myself and arrange them in such a way that I saw the beauty in me. So it starts by choosing. You have to choose to want to create something, even out of unimaginable circumstances. And you do that by finding the meaning. And there are lessons there. What I discovered is that I have a compassionate heart, that I'm willing to look at people past their mistakes or the perception of those mistakes and still see all the possibilities that they have. And I had to do that for myself. So I choose me. I choose to celebrate me, all of me, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. And I choose to create my own personal mosaic. I will arrange these pieces of my life in such a way that when I stand back, I can be proud of the image that I let the world see. You see, it's all about what you choose to do with what you're given. We all have things that hurt. We all struggle from time to time. But we all can get through it. And the other reason that I wrote the book is because my story matters. It does matter. It's my contribution to this world. It's what I did. It's where I found success, in the hopes that it would be a guide for someone else. So I encourage everyone, all of you, to share your story, because you never know what it is that you know that will help someone else find that perfect place where they can see those pieces of their life and begin to craft their mosaic. I'm Melissa Hall Gallimore, and my book is Lessons from Neverland, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.